what's really amazing is how our sync technology can really take advantage of what you just described, of 50% of radio listening happening in cars. And what we'll do here is show a quick video that demonstrates how that works and why that's important. But of those 50% of people, for me as a marketer, why I really care about that is because 65 million of them are using Pandora, and 40 million of them are using mobile. And for me, as an advertiser and marketer, most car mobile advertising, especially with banners, really sucks. And this gives us a platform to do stuff that is relevant and engaging.
Yeah, that's obviously the cornerstone for Pandora. The whole company was founded on this idea of personalizing the music experience, and the underlying architecture there is this thing called the Music Genome Project, which allows us to, based on just a single song or artist input, really narrow in, home in on your particular music tastes. And then as you curate, giving thumbs feedback, and Pandora users love to thumb. We have over 2 billion thumbs just this year so far. It creates a very engaging experience where someone is really taking control of their listening experience in a way that's never been possible before. I think the move from broadcast to unicast, the web version where you're delivering a single channel to a single individual, offers up such a much more powerful listening experience. And of course, adjacent to that, because you're having a one-on-one conversation, it has profound implications for how you think about marketing. You're no longer taking one message and blasting it out, sort of spray and pray. You're actually able to control your messages based on the individuals on the receiving end of that. And I actually had a meeting a little while ago with a fellow who was a traditional radio industry buyer for a long time, and after sort of describing Pandora to him, he asked me, so do you guys skew male or female? And I realized that that's actually not even a relevant question for us, because if he wants us to skew male, we'll skew 100% male, or female 100% female, because you can really target it. So I think what we're doing with Ford here is an example, the program, of taking advantage of both the personalization that's happening on an individual basis from the music standpoint, but also delivering a targeted message sort of on the marketing side.
So on that, before I talk about the marketing, I guess I'm really here with two hats on. One is evangelizing sync, because for us, people who know about sync are 3 times more likely to consider purchasing our vehicles. People who have sync are 85% satisfied with it. They almost all recommend it to their friends. But from an advertising side, past the innovation and technology side, how do we tap into it and how do we use it? And to Tim's point, what it allows us to do is really tap into personalization and create meaningful messages at scale. And we've been doing this at Ford in a number of different places and spaces in the online and media world. And some of it's in podcasting and in other places. So in order to talk a little bit about and set the stage for what we will be doing with Pandora, here's a little example of some of the things we've been doing with our partners in podcasting. Go ahead and stun you again. There we go.
Special thanks to Ford for helping get us here to Comic-Con.
This is a nice car.
Oh, thanks. My #1 favorite feature, without a doubt.
Yeah.
And I've never done this in any other car. The Bluetooth audio streaming.
Bluetooth audio.
And listen to that. Streaming.
It was so cool to watch the Bluetooth link actually work and send Bluetooth audio streaming Pandora directly to the car.
Yeah, I
What?
did that.
That's coming from my phone?
Yeah, wait, I just changed. Yeah.
Oh my god.
That is
Look,
the
you
coolest.
can
It
do-
sounds good too.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous. I want that.
You want that?
All right, so we're gonna try out another feature with the sync. Hit the button here. I'm gonna say to call Glenn.
Calling Glenn McElhose.
Pretty awesome.
Your commercials help a lot because they actually got me to spend quite a few tens of thousands of dollars on a new vehicle, and it wound up being one of the best investments I've ever done.
If you're just joining us, we've been having a lot of fun. We were upstairs at the Ford truck plant. It's just so great. It's just so great that a company, a big, real company like Ford, supports this little old podcast.
Yeah, little.
I'm very grateful to them, John.
Not a million listeners.
7 airbags, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. BMW only has 3. It's pathetic. Dance break.
I think what's really interesting is, radio is an enormous, on the business side, an enormous part of the music industry, arguably kind of the cornerstone of it. It's been the largest financially. It's, an average American spends 20 hours a week listening to music. 17 of that historically has been radio. So it's the way people experience radio. It's a huge part of people's lives. And that entire industry is migrating from a world where it's a single broadcast channel to a personalized unicast channel. So a big part of people's lives is experiencing this profound change. And I think what we're looking to do as a business in terms of marketing is find a way to marry marketing messages across these different listening environments. So you've got visual imagery, graphics, you've got video depending on the environment, and you also have audio advertising, so traditional spot radio advertising that you can now inject into an audio stream in a totally personalized way. I mean, you can literally put an advertisement on Pandora to women in their 30s in Kansas City listening to punk music on Friday afternoon, and just them. And so I think it's going to cause this industry to rethink, how it spends money in radio. And we're beginning to see the migration, I think, of spends from broadcast into unicast because of this efficiency.
So we like the targeting, but as you can see to a degree from the videos, we have to enter the space in different ways. So with podcasting and Leo Laporte and the Twit Network, it's maybe one way. With the guys from Dignation and Rev3 and other networks where we literally may give people cars and let them create the content and do things that we might not do ourselves as an advertiser, that's another way. And as we tap into the targeted Pandora audience, as Tim described, it's really a different way. And what we are trying to do and what we're announcing today is a partnership where what we're going to do is try and weave together all the buzzwords of conferences like this we can. Cause marketing, targeted, digital scale, social engagement, and sharing. And the way we're doing that is tapping into artists from Pandora. And what we're going to do is work with John Legend and Jewel. And what we're doing is basically we're turning on a program that allows consumers who are accessing playlists that they develop to share them with friends in their audience. And when they do that, they'll receive a promotional message from Ford and the sync system. And what we'll do is then we'll make a donation to each of their charities. And I'll close by saying this. The other reason we care about this is I'm not sure if I should be buying this out of my radio budget or if I should be buying this out of my digital media budget. But we look at the space and say, if apps are going to be a $4 billion business by 2012, we better be active in the space and start to figure out how to learn to engage with people. And so for us, it's really very much a test and learn scenario. Mobile is what we have to find a way as an industry to create relevant ads that are not going to just get ignored. And this is a neat way for us to try and do it. So that's the message from us at Ford today.